It's still around us.
It's Rick. Stop doing that. They gets them angry and they sting. You do this, you push the bee away.
Creative possibilities come from a synergy between design and science. I'm Itai Palti, architect and scientific researcher.
And I'm Sabrina Soto, interior designer. To explore that intersection of art and science, we've teamed up with KitchenAid and Vox Media to tackle kitchen renovations that challenged us to show homeowners not only how beautiful their spaces can look,
but also how these spaces impact the way they feel.
This is Design Minded. I'm Sabrina Soto. I'm an interior designer, and I've been doing this now 18 years. As a designer, it's my job to really bring my clients' personalities out and showcase them in any space that I'm designing in a house.
I'm Itai Palti, and I work at the intersection of architecture and neuroscience. As an architect, I went into the world to make a positive impact. How can we make spaces that make people more empathic? How can we connect people to each other? How can we make people more aware of their environment and care? I think science can be integrated into the design profession to create positive change.
I've worked with hundreds of clients in my career. I've never worked with a scientist before, so this is new to me.
Designers who are receptive to new information can really use what science tells us about how people experience space to boost their decision making. I hope Sabrina can do that.
My name is Kate Ahrens. I run the lifestyle brand Wit and Delight. I write about decor, but I also write about mental health, and I am an amateur interior designer and just lover of all things decor. The kitchen for us is the heart of the home. I love to cook. It's been a dream come true to find a place like this, and it's my dream to design it. The challenge I've had with this space is it doesn't quite make sense for the way you would design a kitchen. The overall traffic and flow of the space is not ideal.
Hey, welcome to St. Paul.
Yay, we made it!
This one's a bit different. Kate's in the middle of construction.
Yeah, good. Well, I can't wait to meet her because I've been a fan for years.
Let's go see the space.
Hi! Finally!
So good to see you.
Hey, good to meet you.
Oh, welcome, finally.
I love
you.
this house so much.
Thank you. It has been a labor of love. So let me show you the kitchen where we'll actually be cooking.
This is where the magic happens.
Hey, wow, amazing view.
It's almost like you cut the kitchen in half because it used to be all of this and now it's sort of this.
Yes, yes.
Walking into Kate's kitchen and seeing it in progress was a lot to take in, and I could see why she's sort of hung up on exactly how to finish it off because it's sort of a complicated space.
The biggest concern is the flow of how the spaces connect. I've divided them up by use spaces, but how does it tie together? And that's really where I'm stuck.
So would you say your challenge is that this space is really functional, but you also want a social space?
Yes.
So I think the main bulk of the work here is how do we create a space that works in the kitchen, that you can cook, you can work together with other people and collaborate? How do we also make a space that's inspirational and helps creativity?
So I think I've wrapped my head around what we need: function, design, community.
You know, my first impressions were relief. I felt so excited to have other creatives that could understand my vision. Okay. I wanted to bring in color into the kitchen, and KitchenAid has this line of ranges that come in all these different colors, and I was really drawn to the inky blue, and it's the first decision I made, and I can't believe I'm finally gonna see it installed after a year. I'm so excited.
I love that that's the first piece that you actually decided on.
I'm actually interested in kind of how the appliances can help us think creatively, how it can make a space that inspires, how can it bring people together.
I actually like that the kitchen area is separate from here because he's right. This is where everyone's gonna hang out.
How do you tie them in a smart way?
Materials.
That works with the different
Yeah.
materials, layouts. That's what we need to figure out.
All right.
So we've heard from Kate what she wants from her kitchen, and it falls in line with KitchenAid's design philosophy of inspiring creativity and bringing people together for shared memories. To do that, we're going to curate an enriched environment. Enriched environments are environments that prioritize stimulation, the spaces that lead you to creativity, to curiosity, creating spaces that allow for different types of interactions.
So we heard from Kate what's important in that space, right? The types of qualities of the experience. The layout of the space and how do we create the flow. The island as a space for collaboration. The function and the comfort of the space. And then the character of the space. How do we bring personality into it?
Kate's space is interesting because we're talking about the social dimension. What is it about a space that brings people together? What is it that inspires something that as ephemeral as creativity or inspiration?
So I think visually, the good thing about that space is the KitchenAid Ink Blue range will really be that centerpiece of the entire space.
Right, it draws people in. There's a weight to the color that says this is the center of the space.
Correct.
So we have the island. How do we make the island comfortable for the different types of activities that are happening there?
I think it has to be counter height or bar height instead of just like a dining table because people are gonna wanna stand and work, right?
Absolutely. If they're sitting down at this dining table height, it's like, it's a lot of effort and it means it pulls you down.
Right.
So we want the island to be a working space.
So I think we need to get back there, take our measurements and make sure that we have all of our ducks in a row.
Let's do it, get the measuring tape. Okay, so we need to figure out where the island sits.
All right, so we have like 60 to play with.
I think 48 to give them more space for
More
working.
space to work,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna start grabbing stuff to see what's gonna work.
Okay. Wow.
How amazing is this?
It fits you well. I love it.
No, really. I'm a genius. Say
You
it.
just went back there and made it.
Say it.
You're a genius.
Okay. I honestly think Itai is petrified of me. I mean, I don't blame him. I'm pretty scary. Okay. I feel like we need something for here, and
Yeah.
we need a rug. And then it's gonna tie everything together.
Right.
In Kate's kitchen, we needed to sort of make the island that meeting place for her family and friends, but it's separate from the heart of the kitchen.
And I think it's a really good opportunity to have all these different experiences in one space. It's a place where they can create together, but also it's a space for the day-to-day, where they sit and have breakfast comfortably, and a space where she can be inspired.
I like what I see.
It's coming along.
Really, we just need countertops, KitchenAid appliances, backsplash.
The fabrics
Oh, right.
and the rest of the space.
So we only have a few more days until Kate gets to see her brand new kitchen. And now that I know that the fabric is a must-have, I have to figure out a place to source that.
Yep.
So let's get back on the road and get back to work.
Let's do it. Wow, amazing place.
Hi, you guys.
Hello.
Anita.
Can you tell me about this piece?
Oh my gosh, yes. So I just received this.
This is hand-drawn as
This
well?
is hand-drawn. Takes up to 6 months to do something like this.
Oh my goodness.
Something this
yes,
size.
something this size.
We have something that inspires creativity. When you see artwork like that, you want to create artwork.
Well, Kate has exquisite taste, so I have a feeling she would love everything this stood for.
Okay.
She likes William Morris wallpapers,
Kalamkari is where he got his inspiration from.
so we're getting the original things
You're
in.
getting the original. I'm telling you, this art form is hundreds of years old.
I love that we're putting a piece that's so unique, something that's handmade, into this space that really tells an entire story. It's a full circle moment.
It feels like the design is really coming together. There's a lot of work to be done in terms of construction. What's important here is that the KitchenAid appliances are all laid out in a way that makes the space flow, that makes it easy for Kate to do her work, but also makes it easy for groups to work together.
The finishing touches are out. I feel like the kitchen is finally ready for Kate.
She had a lot of stuff figured out, and this is the main change we made.
I know, I feel a little nervous because she's a designer. I hope that we made the right decisions.
Only one way to find out.
Let's get her.
I am so excited, a little nervous. I can't wait to see how they brought this all to life.
You know your house. Wait. Wait. Open your eyes.
You guys.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
I couldn't believe that the vision I've had in my head for so long was right in front of me. I love how it feels like a place that we can sit and eat, but also like a place where I
workshop.
can, yeah,
Yes.
like
A lot of different things in one space.
Yes.
And we had to create a heart of the space. This is where it all comes together.
this is gorgeous.
Isn't it beautiful?
Oh, and it's navy. The island is the perfect addition to the space. I can't imagine having anything else there now. It's just this perfect blend of functionality and beauty.
This is handcrafted just for you, one of a kind, just like you. But what else is one of a kind is this piece. Now, Itai thought it was imperative to have a piece of textile on this. This is hand painted. It is a one of a kind, and we found it locally. It's just beautiful.
This is really a unique piece, and I think it can inspire you to create too.
Seeing that tapestry felt like such a gift from both Itai and Sabrina, because I think it shows how much they saw my vision and understood it.
Itai brought all of his science background into this space, but the rest of the kitchen also has the science background and the design, because we have the amazing KitchenAid beverage fridges here. We have the stainless dishwasher, the refrigerator, and of course, the showcase of this entire space is that ink blue KitchenAid range that is absolutely gorgeous.
Walking into the space and seeing that ink blue KitchenAid range, remembering choosing it almost a year ago, it was so exhilarating to see it ready to go and ready to cook. It's something that I'm gonna love looking at every day.
So when you told us about what you wanted from this space, it really fell in line with KitchenAid's design philosophy of inspiring creativity and bringing people together for shared memories. So you have your production space with all your KitchenAid appliances, you have your bar space with the KitchenAid refrigerator, and you have your collaboration space, which is where it all comes together and it inspires the group creativity.
That's amazing. The flow of the kitchen is totally changed by thinking about it that way. I see how it all comes together and cannot wait to start making stuff in here. I think the real beauty of working with Itai and Sabrina is that Sabrina really understood and respected my vision as a designer, and Itai really cared about how I liked to live. And to have both of those two things come together in a space that is so personal is so special to me.
All right, Kate, so your kitchen is finally done, which means you get to be creative here again, get your house back. Means our work here is done. We did it.
Great job.
Thank
Hope you enjoy it.
Thank you for everything. I think the most interesting part about this whole journey was really understanding our behaviors and how we move through life and sometimes don't really think about it. And there's so much to inform design in that knowledge. I love that KitchenAid really believes that creating beautiful objects that are, wonderfully functional and inspire you to create, that improves spaces. That really is, in my mind, what a dream home is.
So what was great about this challenge is that science allowed us to say, where do we focus our creativity?
Right.
And that we're creating the experiences that she wants.
Yeah, the intellect behind the design. Although next time we do this, I want you to wear a lab coat.
So we're wrapping up this project. Kate is happy with what we've done. We're going on to the next challenge.
I can't wait to see what we do next. Now on to our next project. Dun, dun, dun. Were you...